In today's video, Imperial Guard Rough Riders battle a horde of scavenging grots as we play a custom cavalry-centric scenario for Warhammer 40,000 Kill Team. Well, hi folks, it's Lee from SkirmishWarGames.com. Welcome to the channel, and this should be our third on-screen game of Kill Team, assuming that the number 2 game that we shot worked out okay during production, but we're going to assume that that was fine. And so here we are, and the more games that we play of Kill Team, or any other system for that matter, the more likely we are to get in and start tinkering with the rules to make scenarios that aren't technically sanctioned by the rulebook. And so that's what we're doing today. We're actually breaking out some vintage Rough Riders and sort of hodgepodging some rules together. So as far as I know, there's no official Rough Rider rules for Kill Team. Maybe there's something tucked away in an FAQ or an issue of White Dwarf, but we're not aware of it. So we looked at some 8th edition rules and some 7th edition rules and kind of squashed them together and sort of refined them to fit what we thought would work in Kill Team. We're not the experts, but we really wanted to play these guys. So we made up our own rules. And so we have a Rough Rider squad. So we got 4 regular Rough Riders, and then here's the Rough Rider Sergeant. This guy has got a bolt pistol and frag grenades and a chainsword. And all the rest of the Rough Riders have las pistols and chain swords and their hunting lances, which in the old days used to be tipped with explosives, and so they got one shot out of them, but now I guess you can just use them over and over. The only caveat is that you can only use them on a charge. So the adversaries of the Rough Riders in this scenario is going to be this Orc Knob and his band of Gretchen scavengers, basically, all these grots. So the Knob has a slugga, a big choppa, and stick bombs, so he's not much for shooting, but in close combat he's pretty deadly. And then he's got this big horde, this mob of Gretchens here, and they mostly have just the Grot Blasta, except for this one guy here that we've given stick bombs because his model seems to be carrying a German-type potato masher grenade. So we're giving him stick bombs. That's that guy here. And some of you may remember from a previous game, this guy, this is Mongo, and as you can see, Mongo is actually wearing a Rough Rider hat that he picked up out in the wasteland, and so the Rough Riders aren't going to care for that one little bit. So anyway, there's Mongo. He's still causing mischief. So the idea behind today's scenario is we have this Imperial Guard reconnaissance vehicle, this scout vehicle, that's been out in the desert sort of looking around, and somehow it got hit by an Orc flyer, a bomb or a missile, sort of took it out and scattered parts over a wide area here, and so the Imperial Guard is actually sending out a wrecker to kind of haul this thing back to base. But also the Orcs would like to get their hands on it, or at least some parts, before it disappears. So this Orc Knob right here has taken his band of Gretchen scavengers, and they've gone out, and they're trying to basically either protect the wreck so they can pick the bones clean, or at the very least, get some parts and get them off the board before the Imperial Guard wreckers come in. Well, the wrecker's moving really slowly. It's a tracked vehicle. It's kind of getting bogged down, and so they got on the Vox, and they called into headquarters and said, send out somebody, send out some scouts, send out somebody to sort of shoo those Gretchen away so the wrecker can get in. And so there was a squad of Rough Riders kind of on patrol in the region, so they got on the Vox and said, hey, get out there and, go after these Gretchen and that Knob and get them away from the wreck so we can get in there and make a clean salvage. But don't let them run away with a lot of stuff either. So the Gretchen have 2 options. The Orcs really have 2 options in this game. One, they can try to protect the wreck, try to basically hold on to it. Or all these barrels, all these loose barrels represent bits. They might be valuable bits. They might be, just junk. But the Gretchens can basically go to a barrel, use the rest of their movement to tip it over, and then try to roll it off the board. So basically a standard Gretchen moves about 5. We're going to say if he's rolling a barrel, he's moving at 3, and obviously he can't really roll it over any big obstacles. But if he can get it off the board, I'm not sure we're going to call that a victory point or a point or whatever, but it's a moral victory, because that is their goal, is to try to get some parts, try to get some valuable scrap. So they got a couple of ways they can do it. They can sort of sacrifice a Gretchen, get him off the board with a piece of scrap, or try to keep him on the board and fight for the whole pie. So we'll see how that's going to work. The Rough Riders, on the other hand, want to charge in and scatter all those grots, and if they can collect a few heads for the trophy room back home, then so much the better. And so we're going to give them 4 turns to see if they can gallop in and reclaim that wreck. So we're going to say the greenskin team, the Gretchens and the Orc, are basically surrounding the scout unit. They're pulling off parts. They pulled off the tires, as you can see already. They got the engine pulled. So Lynn, why don't you start placing the scavengers over there, and I'm just going to place the Imperial Guard Rough Riders over here.
How far up do you want them?
Whatever
just
makes
around
sense.
the wreck.
Yeah, they're kind of just, they're doing their job. They're kind of just working away. And we're going to say for the purpose of this scenario that a horse can travel over a short obstacle, like maybe those tires or a little part of the wagons, the carts, but probably can't blow through a cactus. But I think a Gretchen could run through a cactus. Not sure that a big orc could barrel through a cactus. Maybe he could. He might not like it very much. Okay, so we're getting ready for the charge of the Rough Riders. And we haven't really determined who's playing what side yet. So we're going to roll for that. How do you want to do that, Lynn?
High roll plays the Rough Riders.
High roll plays the Rough Riders. All right, I'm rolling red. You're rolling green. Maybe we'll have to switch. Oh. Okay, so you're playing the Rough Riders. Should we switch colored dice so I can have green for the greenskins?
Sure.
So basically we could call this the My Little Pony versus Gremlins scenario. So
the Gretchen wouldn't mind the gremlin part, but I think the Rough Riders would mind the My Little Pony.
So the Grots are swarming the wreck and they're pulling off tires. They're basically stripping the thing. They got the battery out and the engine block. But there's all these little juicy bits that have been scattered hither and yon. And so they got to decide, do they want to try to save the whole thing or take what they can get and get out of the way of the lances? And here's Mongo here by a barrel. Ever the opportunist, he is probably getting prepared to tip a barrel and roll it off the edge.
It looks
and
like
not
it.
stick around for the conflict.
No. He likes shiny bits. He doesn't like fighting too much.
That's right. Okay, well, I suppose let's get ready for Charge of the Rough Riders, so we should roll for some initiative. We've already done setup. We've pre-set up. Now we'll see who gets the first turn, I guess. 6. All right.
You get initiative.
Okay, we're kind of making up rules as we go, but we've sort of decided 2 inches to tip a barrel, and then a 2-inch penalty to roll a barrel. So if he's going to tip it and roll it, it means he can tip it and roll it an inch. So that would be Mongo here. And yeah, I think he'll tip that barrel. So Mongo has tipped a barrel and is starting to roll it toward the edge of the board. So yeah, self-preservation being the better part of valor. He is going to start rolling a barrel.
He's going to get his shiny bits and run.
That's right. So Egon was our cultist champion in the last game, but Lynn says that this guy is Egon.
Egon Jr.
Egon Jr. So yeah, we're going to move that barrel about an inch. Rolling, rolling, rolling. So Egon and Mongo are rolling toward the edge.
Can you roll barrels through cactuses? You can go between them.
Yeah, I think he could...
go between them. Yeah.
I think he could go between them. We kind of said that Grots could navigate the cactuses because they're short enough.
Right.
I think he could roll over this bush. This endangered desert flower. So for the record, I did not place the Grots. Lynn placed the Grots. So I'm just working with what you gave me.
Exactly.
And, I think that rolling the barrels is going to be the strategy now that we've got it underway.
Yeah.
Except
for the big
this
dude.
guy here, Stick Boy.
Oh, Stick Boy.
Bomb Boy.
Bomb Boy is going to go.
Why don't you move him about 5 for me? Run him over there.
No.
Okay. He's going to run that way. This guy with the skull for the helmet is going to run about 3. Tip this barrel.
There you go.
So he's going to tip a barrel. Apparently that's the thing. So I think these 2 Grots are going to take some cover behind these wheels that they pulled off of the scout vehicle.
I'm surprised he didn't go for the barrel.
He should tip that barrel. Oh my God.
Decisions.
Yeah.
There's some Rough Riders pounding down the
There's some Rough Riders
sand,
coming.
So
let's see.
He's got to decide how brave he's going to be.
I think he's going to take some cover. He doesn't want to be the first one to get hit with a lance. He doesn't want to get skewered.
Going to take some cover from the cactus, or are you going to go over by the tires?
Yeah, he is. He's going to take cover behind this prickly cactus.
That's dangerous cover there.
He is going to go about right here. And then he doesn't quite have enough to start climbing the tank. 2 grots left in the knob.
In the knob, yeah.
So this grot with the ponytail is going to move foolishly toward the Rough Riders. He's either brave or just crazed. And his buddy here is going to move about 3 this way and 2 this way. And then we have the knob right there. Maybe he'll just ready himself.
What's his gun range?
He's just got a pistol. He's got the slugga or whatever they call it.
So that's 12 inches.
Yeah, 12 inches. And his ballistic skill's not that great. However, in hand-to-hand with that big chain axe or whatever that is, 3 attacks with his big choppa, he's pretty deadly. All right, I think that's everybody, right?
Yep, looks like it.
Okay, Rough Riders. So the Rough Riders, we basically looked at, there was a sheet we saw from 8th edition that had sort of the basic 8th edition rules for Rough Riders, but we also gave them fleet, and I'm not sure if that was an 8th edition thing as well, but in 7th edition, fleet meant that if you're charging, you can re-roll 1 or both of your charge dice to help get you where you want to be. So if you wanted to charge that grot over here, it would be 10.5. So it looks like, a charge would be about 10.5.
Or I could just go the 10.
Yeah, you could just go your regular max movement of 10.
All right, that's the first one.
So he's thundering forward, about to shish kebab this poor little grot here. All right, next one. Thundering forward.
Since they can go over the tires.
They can. They can leap over the tires. Yeah, in the old days, they'd strap dynamite to those lances, but not now, I guess.
Okay.
All right.
You have one readied one. You're going to shoot?
Yeah, I think I might. So I do have the orc knob right there with his slugga, which I guess is more or less the equivalent of a bolt pistol. Am I within 6?
Nope.
Nope.
It doesn't look like it. Just over.
Right. So -1. So his ballistic skill is a 5+, so I guess he needs a 6+ to lob a high caliber bullet at that Rough Rider, who now has 2 wounds. Back in the old days, he only had 1 wound, I think, but they have 2 wounds, and he doesn't do it. So he shot.
Now your next one.
Yes.
Because you have initiative.
Right. Okay, we'll start from this side. We got this little grot here who's drawn a bead on this charging Rough Rider.
I think he's in short range.
Or just not in long range. And so he's got his little grot blasta, his, let's see, ballistic skill is 4+, so it's not super terrible.
No, that's not bad. That's the same as the Rough Riders.
So 1 shot, and no. So he shot. So now the Rough Riders get to shoot. Which Rough Rider do you think will be shooting?
So this Rough Rider here
Okay.
is going to shoot at your one that's kind of dangerous with his little...
Oh, the grot with the potato masher stick bombs. Okay.
That's right.
So you have a las pistol.
Yep.
And your ballistic skill is 4+.
Is 4+, yes.
Are you within 6? Yes.
Yes.
So blast away. Okay, you got him. Strength of 3 from your las pistol versus his toughness of 2, so 3+ to wound.
Oh,
and he
no.
didn't wound. Okay. All right. Since he may not be long for this world, we're going to have this guy lob his grenade, his potato masher, at that Rough Rider right there. So it's like he saw laser fire hitting his feet. He says, oh man, I may not get out of this, but I am going to lob a stick bomb at that guy there. So 1 little grot lobbing a stick bomb.
I think he's in range.
Yeah, I think he's in range. So the stick bomb is a D6 grenade, so we'll see how many hits. 1 hit.
It only takes 1.
1 hit.
It only takes 1.
4+. And no.
Okay.
So, all right, well. Ooh, that could have been something.
That could have been good.
That could have been good.
Could have been good.
Okay. Who's next for you?
Okay, so...
All right, so the sergeant with the bolt pistol is shooting this little grot right here, right?
Yes. So 4+ is his ballistic skill.
Yeah, not in long range, so yeah, 4+. 4, you got him. So the bolt pistol has twice as much strength as the Grot has toughness. Yeah, bolt pistol against some measly little Grot is a 2+ to wound. Wound. All right. See if you flesh wounded him or if he is out of action. Out of action. So the first casualty, I wonder if he thinks he should have tipped that barrel instead, but we'll never know. So.
Okay. Who's next on your team?
Who's next? Let's see. All right. I have a whole bunch of Grots right here who can fire. I'll just measure them real quick. I know I'm going to do them alternating, but everybody's kind of within range. So I'm just going to start with that guy there. He's going to shoot his Grot shooter at the sergeant, I suppose. So 4+. Hit.
Wow. Okay.
So strength of 3 versus your toughness of 3, so 4+ to wound.
Uh-huh.
Wounded. So the Grot wounded, you have a 5+ save. And you saved. And Lynn reminded me we didn't do the save on my Grot. He does get a 6+ save. But he didn't do it.
Okay. That was some fancy shooting by that Grot.
That's right.
If it wasn't for the heavy armor.
They're not really wearing heavy armor.
The fluffy armor.
The animal hide.
Yeah. He probably got it in the flowing jacket.
The sheepskin jacket. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Now who's going to shoot on your side?
So this Rough Rider here is going to shoot at your Grot there.
All right. The one who hasn't fired yet.
And he has cover.
Right.
So it's a 5+ to hit. Nope. No. That was a good hiding place.
Right. Okay. Well, he's going to return fire because he may not be long for this world. So 4+ to hit. No.
No.
Oh, you know what?
What?
We each get a command point.
All right.
Forgot about that. We're not really big on the tactics. I think we get too wrapped up in the gameplay to be consulting our sheet, but it's nice to have a tactical reroll every once in a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he just shot.
So he shot. Okay. And then who do you have left?
This last one.
Did this guy shoot?
No, he did not. You're
okay.
right. So this one here, I think we're going to go for the one that's in range. Get rid of some of the fodder, hopefully. So 4+. Hits. 2+.
To wound. No, 3+, but you missed anyway.
I missed anyway.
So when the sergeant was shooting, his bolt pistol has strength of 4 versus the toughness of 2. A regular las pistol just has a strength of 3, so not quite double. Okay. So he shot.
He missed anyway.
And then you got one left.
Yeah, so who are you going to...
So this Grot here is going to shoot, I guess, at the closest one.
He is in range.
He's in range. So 4+. No. Grots. Stinking Grots.
Hey, they're doing the best they can.
With the weapons we gave them. So this is the last Rough Rider who hasn't shot yet. And is he going to shoot at this Grot here?
Yes.
Okay.
So 4+. No.
Well. Okay. I guess this is going to come down to melee with pointy sticks and, stomping hooves and all kinds of things.
All kinds of things, yeah.
So this guy can shoot at long range, but with cover, so you need a 6+. This guy can shoot at short range, no cover.
No cover.
So long range first, 6+. No.
You should have done that one first.
Yeah.
Short range one.
Short range. Not really short
still
range.
made.
5+ though, hits.
Yeah.
It's not short range, it's just not long range.
Not long range, yeah.
Right. 3 versus your toughness of 3, 4+ to wound. Didn't. Wow. Lots of
gunfire,
pistol
but not
balls
a lot of
flying all over the place. One dead Grot. I think that's everyone who can shoot.
Don't have any close combat.
Okay. Is that everybody?
That is everybody.
And we are not messing around with morale rules this time. That would mess with the hilarity of our scenario.
Yes, it would.
If we were trying to deal with Gretchen morale.
Yes.
All right. I suppose we're ready for turn 2.
Turn 2. Let's roll for initiative.
Okay. 4, 12.
I have initiative.
I think you do. All right. So.
There's going to be some charging this time.
Some charging in your life.
Yeah. This Rough Rider It's going to do a V, so he misses out on the 1 inch of that one, so he can charge your knob.
Okay.
I think he made it.
All right. All right. I should have said Overwatch. I'm going to take my Overwatch. Okay. No. So the Rough Rider charges into the knob. So this would be the classic battle of a hunting lance versus a chain axe, or whatever that is. His big choppa. Okay, so your Rough Rider over there on the flank is thinking about charging that little grot with a barrel, huh?
About 9.
Okay.
To charge him.
8. Maybe. So you can pivot. I think that's close enough.
Okay.
You only have to get within 1 inch, so.
Right.
Unhand that barrel, vermin. All right. So who's your next Rough Rider?
Sergeant is going to charge.
Okay, the Sergeant doesn't have a lance, but he does get 2 regular attacks, and he has a chainsword, which would give him 3 attacks. Plus, in the 8th edition rules, the horses get to stomp.
So we're going to charge this Gretchen here.
All right. Charge! Then you got this Rough Rider here. Is he going to do something similar?
He's going to do the same thing to the one next to him.
All right. You're going to hunt them down like womp rats.
Yeah. I have one more Rough Rider that can move, and he's going to go after the Gretchen that was shooting at him. So this Rough Rider is going to try to charge the grot there.
All right.
He just made it.
Yeah, more than just.
That's all of my guys. So what are you going to do?
You know what I forgot?
What?
I forgot Overwatch on all of these guys. So
yes.
do you mind if I roll Overwatch real quick?
Go ahead. Who are you going to roll first?
We'll just start over here. So he needs a 6. No. Here. No. Here. No. And here. No.
Close.
All right. Well, anyway.
They gave it their best shot.
That's right. They were a little nervous when they saw this gigantic horse bearing down on them. Okay, so that is your movement phase, correct?
Correct.
Everyone's moved, and they're all within 1 inch of a target now. And so now it's my movement phase, and I have to decide, what are we doing? Okay, so we'll start with Mongo, and he is going to ignore the plight of his compatriots and
get away with some shiny bits.
Roll out the barrel.
Oh, almost.
Almost make it there. So Mongo is heading toward the hinterlands with his rusty barrel. Yeah, so then Egon over here with his bandana, we're going to give him the benefit of the doubt, and he's going to barrel his barrel through the cactus flowers and
escape with some good loot.
Yeah, so Egon is running back to the squig farm with a barrel. He doesn't quite know what's in it, but could be something valuable, maybe some pre-Imperium technology, or maybe just some dirty laundry.
Casings.
Used shell casings, some toxic waste from the engine of the scout vehicle, but Egon is now off the board. So I do have a couple of grots that are not otherwise engaged. So maybe, let's see here. That's a lot of Rough Riders to try to navigate. He's going to run. Or
is he going to advance? Or is he going to...
He's just going to move. Yeah, this guy here is just going to move.
Okay.
For the moment. So this guy here with the stick bombs is sort of amazed that he didn't get charged. So he is going to probably bolt this way. So normally he'd move 5. And yeah, we will try to advance.
Oh, nice. That was nice.
Yeah, okay. And so he is going to run 6 this way.
Tip over his barrel.
Tip over his barrel. So he was able to use his advance to rush forward and tip over the barrel, but with the 2-inch penalty for rolling a barrel, he can't quite roll it yet. So that's as far as he's getting right now. But still. Here's a little grot right here. And yeah, maybe he'll advance as well. That guy right there. 4, so a total movement of 9. 4 that way. And another 5 this way, sort of ignoring that closest barrel.
Oh, he's not going to tip the barrel.
Yeah, he's playing the long game. I'm going to put a little
Get
distance
further, yeah.
between me and these horses. All right, so that's all the movement. So I guess we go to the shooting phase, right? You have a pistol with your sergeant. All the Grots have a pistol.
And so do all the Rough Riders.
And so, yeah, everybody's got a pistol.
Yeah.
Right now, everyone in close combat has a pistol, so...
Okay, so I will do this one first.
So the Rough Rider is shooting the big orc. He needs a 4+. 6, you hit.
Okay. And strength of 3.
Versus toughness of 5. So 5+ to wound.
Nope.
Okay.
Okay.
You hit him. You burned a hole in his leather coat, but
Didn't do any damage.
didn't burn the emerald skin, apparently. So the orc knob is going to fire back. His ballistic skill is 5+. He hits. His slugga has a strength of 4 versus your toughness of 3, so he needs a 3+ to wound, right?
Yep.
And he wounds, so you have a 5-up save.
Nope.
And you don't save. Yeah, Rough Rider starts with 2 wounds these days, so he's down to 1 wound. Okay, so who's shooting next?
The sergeant.
Okay. He's going to bolt pistol this poor little Grot.
Yep. So 4+ to hit.
Hit.
Hits, 2+ to...
2+ to wound, because your bolt pistol has a strength of 4, so you wound. The Grot has a 6+ save, and does not, so roll, see if it's a flesh wound or a flesh wound. A Grot with a flesh wound is not good for much.
Okay, who's next?
He'll just return fire.
Okay.
His ballistic skill is 4+. He has a flesh wound, so that means a 5+ to hit. He hits. Weapon strength of 3 versus your toughness of 3, so 4+ to wound. He does not wound. But I'm going to spend a command point and re-roll that. Just because. Yay, I wounded. So 5-up save on your sergeant. No.
I think we'll spend a command point on that one.
No.
Okay.
Okay. So you take 1 wound on the sergeant.
Okay.
From the Grot. Oh, the shame. The
Yeah, the
humiliation.
shame. Okay. Okay, so this Rough Rider into that.
That Grot. That filthy Grot.
Missed.
Missed.
Okay.
He's going to shoot back. 4+. Hits. What did we say? 4+ to wound? Didn't wound. Okay, this Rough Rider here by the edge is going to take a shot. No.
Nope.
So this Rough Rider just shot his pistol at that Grot. That Grot is going to return fire. 4+. Hits. 4-up to wound. Wounds. 5-up save. No. You want to reroll that?
No.
No. Okay, so you take 1 wound. It's Revenge of the Grots.
I guess. The Grots are doing good.
Okay, now this Rough Rider is going to try to shoot the Grot with the skull on his head.
Okay, so 4+.
So Rough Rider shooting. 5+,
Hits.
he hits. His toughness is 2. The last pistol is 3, so I think it's a 3+, yeah. 5. So you wounded.
6-up save.
6-up save. No. All right. Roll the injury roll. Out of commission. I guess it was an omen if he's running around with a skull on his skull,
Yeah.
but didn't provide the requisite amount of protection. So.
I took out the one with the barrel, so that was good.
Oh, he had a barrel too. Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I saved 1 barrel.
You did save a barrel. Okay, I think that's all the pistol shots, and we did lose a Grot, but they did inflict a couple of wounds on
Yes,
your
they
guys.
did. And on the sergeant, too, which is horrible.
Right. Take that, Sarge. Okay, now we're in the very exciting close combat phase, and some stuff is going to happen, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so since all the charges go first, you get to have all your Rough Riders fight before we get any counterattacks. Okay, so you're starting with this Rough Rider here attacking the Orc Knob, right?
Yep. So 4+.
And you have...
No.
Okay, so you have a chain sword, which gives you an extra attack. So that's 2 attacks. You missed, and now you get the hooves.
So 4+.
4+.
No. Okay.
Now, you do have a couple of rerolls stashed away in case you want to...
I think I'll save those just
Okay.
in case.
All right.
For now.
So you have 3 guys that are charging here. So where do you want to start? You want to start on this edge or kind of work your way over?
Yeah, I'll start on the...
Okay.
No, I'm going to start on this edge.
All right.
Because he's the only one that's not wounded.
All right. So the Rough Rider is charging, which means he gets 1 attack with the lance. He also has a chain sword, so he gets 1 attack with a chain sword. And then once he's done with that, then the horse gets to trample. The lance is strength of user +2, AP -2, damage D3, but you still got to hit with it. So your weapon skill is 4+, so you got to get a 4+, which you don't, but you could re-roll.
No.
No, okay. So that's just a miss then. Your chain sword is just a normal attack, so 4+. You did hit with the chain sword. So you have strength of 3 versus toughness of 2, so 3+ to wound. Did not wound.
Okay.
Could re-roll it. And the horse gets to trample.
Okay.
So 4+ for the horse. No. Okay. Should have done better than that.
Should have done a lot better than that.
Now, who, the sergeant or this guy?
May as well go with the sergeant.
Okay, the sergeant. Okay, so the sergeant does not have a lance. He does get 2 attacks plus a 3rd attack from the chainsword. So 3 4+.
So should I roll them all at once?
You can roll them all at once,
Okay,
sure.
since they're all the same.
Yep. 2 hits. Strength of 3 versus toughness of 2, so 3+ to wound. 1 wound. 6 up save. No, you can roll, see if he's out of action, which he is.
Okay.
He was wounded anyway, so as the 3rd grot to go down.
But you've made a dent in the Rough Riders.
At least they've,
They're
made a good showing
got
for
3
themselves.
damaged. Okay.
So the grots are being whittled down, but we did get a few shots in. Okay, then these guys on the edge. So your hunting lance. So this guy does have 1 wound taken off of him, but he's not in flesh wound territory yet. He's still got 1 wound left. So you roll 4+ for your hunting lance. Okay, you hit. The strength in that thing is ungodly, so I think it's like user +2. So strength of 5 versus his toughness of 2, so 2+ to wound. You did wound. AP -2, so no save. D3 damage. 1. And then you roll to see if he's flesh wound.
Flesh wound.
So that's the hunting lance, but you still have a chain sword, and then after that you have the horse's stomp, right? 4+ to hit with a chain sword? No. Horse stomp, 4+? Yes. Regular strength of 3 versus toughness of 2, so 3+ to wound. Wounded. So now you'd roll injury roll and add 1. He's out. He dodged the lance. He swerved to the side.
And he did manage to damage the Rough Rider before he took him out.
But then he got trampled under the horses. So that's the end of that grot. And is that all your charging guys? I guess so.
Yeah, because can't.
So you killed a grot here, killed a grot there, killed a grot there. This guy's holding his ground. But now, fortunately, the Orc Knob gets to strike back and try to avenge his little green brethren. So he's fighting with a big choppa. He normally gets 3 attacks. The big choppa does not give him any additional attacks, but it is a strength +2, AP -1, damage 2 weapon, which means he can take out a Rough Rider with 1 shot. So 3 attacks. His weapon skill is 3+. So 3 hits. So with the big choppa, it's a strength of 7 versus your toughness of 3.
2+.
So it's 2+ to wound.
I think he might be dead. We'll see.
2 wounds.
2 wounds.
AP -1, so 6 up
6 up
save.
save.
You gotta get 2 of them.
1.
Got 1 of them. So that takes you down to 0 wounds.
Yep.
All right, now I gotta roll the injury roll. Flesh wound.
Flesh wound. 1 flesh wounded. Okay.
So this tiny little grot here fighting the big Rough Rider. He's got a weapon skill of 5+ with his little pointed stick or his hobby knife or whatever he's got tucked away. And no. Is that it? Yes,
yes,
I think that's
that is
it.
it.
I think that's it for the close combat phase.
The Grots are holding their own. They did some
They are.
damage.
Yeah, they're holding their own. Of course, you have killed 4 of them,
And 1 escaped.
and 1 escaped with a barrel.
I think some more are going to
All right.
escape this time.
So this is now turn 3.
Turn
Flip
3.
the big die.
Okay.
Turn 3. 3. 11. I guess the Rough Riders have initiative. All right, so who's going to move?
This Rough Rider is going to charge your little...
Oh, he's going to charge this guy?
Yeah, the poor little dude.
This guy's actually trying to get small and look like a desert cactus. So maybe he gets a camouflage roll.
Maybe. Extra 2 points.
All right.
I think I still made it.
You made it. Charge! Thundering over. So we forgot our Overwatch once again. So 6. And no. Okay, who's next?
This Rough Rider is going to charge into the knob.
Okay. 6. Charge. Okay, so charging in. Now this Rough Rider here is actually still
in
combat with a tiny little grot. This guy here, though, is free to do something.
My sergeant is going to charge your barrel
He's
grot.
going to wheel around and charge the barrel grot.
You can't let them escape with too many bits.
Right. 3.
I think I will re-roll them both.
Those using your fleet.
8.
Might be sufficient. Get within 1 inch? Sure. Put you about there. Let's see. He's within 1 inch. He's within an inch. Within an inch. Within an inch. So the only guy still kind of left running around is our buddy Mongo, who is going to ignore all the carnage behind him and just roll his little barrel back to the squig farm, and maybe there's something in there. Maybe I know what it's going to be. It's going to be a lot of Imperial Guardsman primers on how to be a good Imperial Guardsman. Right. Okay, so that's Mongo. So Mongo has escaped.
Mongo.
Good job, Mongo. Got a barrel. So I think that's the last of the movements. So now we go to the shooting phase. So you have the sergeant over here can shoot a pistol at the grenade guy, the stick bomb guy.
Mm-hmm.
This grot here has actually all your Rough Riders have a pistol.
Mm-hmm.
And
all
my guys have a pistol too. So we can just pistol away.
Yeah.
But you get to pistol first.
So this Rough Rider is going to shoot at your knob. This this Rough Rider is going to shoot at your leader.
Okay, it's going to shoot at the orc.
At the orc leader.
So you have a ballistic skill of 4+.
Mm-hmm.
And so 4+ to hit. Yes. I think though his toughness is 5. Your strength is 3. So 5+ to wound. You do wound. He gets a 6-up save, which he misses. Okay, so he's down from 2 wounds to 1.
I shot.
You shot. You conquered.
Who's going to shoot who now?
I guess the boss orc there will shoot back with his slugga. His ballistic skill is only 5+. And he missed.
All right. So he shot.
He shot. Okay, so you have another Rough Rider right there. He is wounded. He's going to shoot his las pistol. So normally his ballistic skill is 4+. Now he needs a 5+ because he's wounded. But he hits anyway. So weapon strength of 3 versus toughness of 5. So you need a 5+.
Nope.
Do it.
Okay. Who are you going to shoot with?
I think I have a little grot there. Don't
Yes, you do.
Okay, this little grot is going to shoot the Rough Rider that's trying to trample him. So his ballistic skill is 4+. Nope. But you know what? I'm going to roll that again. I'm going to use a command point and roll that again because I'm feeling lucky. Yes! So 4+. Weapon strength of 3 versus your toughness of 3. So that is a 4+ to wound. Wound! 5-up save. No! Okay. Do you want to re-roll that?
Mm-mm.
Nope. So that does 1 wound on that Rough Rider. So he's down from 2 wounds to 1 wound.
Yep.
Okay, over here the sergeant with the bolt pistol is going to shoot at the stick bomb guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a 1.
A 1.
You want to re-roll that?
No.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think I'm going to save my command points for when he uses his chopper.
Oh, okay. Probably a good idea. So he just has stick bombs, no pistol, so he can't shoot back. Is that all the pistols? I think.
Nope, I got 1 there.
Did this guy shoot yet?
Nope.
Okay. Okay, over here, here's a Rough Rider with a las pistol and a grot with a little grot gun. So this grot is going to fire at this Rough Rider. His ballistic skill is 4+. No. Okay. I guess just no.
I'm going to return fire.
No.
Short range is not our forte.
Right. You'd think you could hit a horse from 3 feet away, but apparently not.
You would think.
Okay.
Okay, so now the charges.
Now the charges. Okay, so you actually have 3 guys who charged in. This Rough Rider, that Rough Rider, and this one here on the edge. Mm-hmm. And this guy was in combat from before.
Right.
Okay.
We'll start over here.
Your Rough Rider charging the big orc.
So 4+.
With the Hunting Lance?
Yes.
Okay, you hit with the Hunting Lance.
Mm-hmm.
So the Hunting Lance has a strength of 5 versus the orc's toughness of 5.
4+.
So 4+.
Nope.
No. Then you have Chainsword, which is just your...
4+.
4+.
No.
No.
And horse.
And the horse. Yes. So 4+ to wound. No.
No. Okay.
I'm sorry, it would have been a 5+.
Either way.
Either way.
It didn't make it.
Okay.
Okay. Next charge.
That was that Rough Rider who charged over there. Now we have the Sergeant charging the stick bomb guy. So the Sergeant normally gets 2 attacks, plus he has a chainsword, so that's 3 attacks. 4+ to hit. One hit. Strength of 3 versus his toughness of 2, so 3+ to wound. No. You can re-roll it.
No.
Okay, but you still get to trample with the horse.
Okay. 4+.
4+. No.
He's a strong little bugger.
That's right. He's dancing around underneath the horse's hooves. He doesn't want to get trampled. Okay, so over here we have a Rough Rider who is charging this little grot here. So 4+ with the Hunting Lance. No. So your Chainsword, 4+. No. And the horse, 4+. Yes. Strength of 3 versus toughness of 2, so 3+ to wound. Wound. Okay. 6 up save. No. Injury roll. Flesh wound.
You got some tough little...
That's right.
Little grots are pretty feisty.
Those grots are like beef jerky. You just stomp them into the ground and they're still alive. That's all your charges, right?
Yes, that is all my charges.
So you have initiative, so you get your regular attack. So this Rough Rider here has 1 flesh wound. He is not charging, so he doesn't get to use the Hunting Lance. So he gets 2 attacks with the chainsword and then 1 stomp with the hooves. Against the big orc with the big choppa. So 5+ to hit. No. And then the hooves. Same thing. 5+.
Yes.
So you did stomp him. So strength of 3 versus toughness of 5. So you need a 5+ to wound. Nope.
Okay.
All right.
So who are you going to attack with first?
The orc is going to attack back. He doesn't have any flesh wounds, which is good. His weapon skill is 3+. 3 attacks. And he's going to attack the guy with the flesh wound. 1 hit. Strength of 7 versus your toughness of 3, so 2+ to wound. He wounds. So AP -1, you have a 6 up save. No. So let's see if that is a... Yeah. Injury roll, +1, out of commission.
All right.
So he takes out 1 Rough Rider. So let's not forget about this epic battle here where the guy's in mid-leap over the barricade. And he's not charging, but he's attacking that grot. So...
4+.
Yeah, so you
with
have...
a chainsword.
Yeah, 2 hits with a chainsword. No. 1 stomp with the horse. 4+. No. That's pretty useless.
Yeah.
So this grot, I guess, is going to attack back. Weapon skill is only 5+, so he doesn't do it. Is that all of your guys?
Mm-hmm.
So this grot is going to attack that Rough Rider. He needs a 5+. He doesn't do it. This grot has a flesh wound, but he's going to attack back anyway, so now he needs a 6+. No. And finally, this little grot here, 5+. No. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so now I guess we're officially in...
To turn 4.
Turn 4. The last turn.
I would have thought that the grots would have gotten wiped out by the Rough Riders, but they're pretty darn feisty.
They are surprisingly resilient, and I think that's because they have a hard life. They get knocked around a bunch back at the squig farm. Okay, so let's roll for some initiative.
Rolling for initiative.
On the last turn, I have a 3. You have a 6. Yeah, it does appear like everyone's in combat, so I guess we just go right to the... I'm not going to move out of combat. I'm going to stick with it. So I guess we move to the Shooting phase. So pistols, almost everybody has a pistol except for Stick Bomb guy. So it's the pistol phase. I guess you're going to try to pistol that orc boss before he shoots back.
Yep. No. Okay.
Well, I guess he will shoot back. He's got his slugga, but his ballistic skill is only 5+. No. All right. Okay, so the sergeant is shooting his bolt pistol at this poor little grot here. 4+, you got him. Strength of 4 versus toughness of 2, so yeah, 2+ to wound. You wounded him. 6-up save.
Resilient he is. He is one resilient little dude.
Wow. Stick Bomb guy.
Okay, so
lives.
who are you going to shoot with now?
I guess we'll just keep it rolling. This little grot here is going to shoot at the Rough Rider who was shooting at the orc.
Okay.
His ballistic skill is a respectable 4+. So he hits. The weapon strength is 3 versus your toughness of 3, so 4+ to wound. No.
Okay.
Did you breathe a sigh of relief there?
I did. I did breathe a sigh of relief.
Okay, so this guy can shoot.
Mm-hmm. And this guy.
This Rough Rider can shoot, and that little grot can shoot.
Yep.
Okay, this guy on the side shooting that little grot who's got a flesh wound. You hit. And your strength of 3 versus his toughness of 2, so 3+ to wound. You wound. So he's got a 6-up save. He does not save. So you roll an injury roll and add 1. 4. He's out of action. Oh, poor little guy.
Poor little guy.
Poor little grot.
He did put up a fight, though. A pretty darn good fight.
He held you up there. Then we have the epic battle. This guy, this Rough Rider, is still in mid-leap over the barricade, and he's going to get shot by this grot. 4+.
Yeah.
He hits. Strength of 3 versus your toughness of 3, so 4+ to wound. It's a wound. 5-up save. No. Do you want to reroll that? Nope. It's just going to take your 1 hit point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then you get to shoot back.
Then I get to shoot back.
So,
okay.
Ballistic skill 4+. Yes. Strength of 3 versus toughness of 2, so 3+ to wound. Yes. 6-up save. No. Roll your injury roll. 3. Flesh wound.
Flesh wound.
Flesh wound. And that is the shooting phase. Every Rough Rider left on the board has gone from 2 wounds to 1. The Orc Noble has gone from 2 wounds to 1. This grot has a flesh wound. This grot Stick Bomb guy is fine, as is the one over there by the engine block. So that's where we're at right now.
Okay, so now we go into the combat phase.
Now we go into close combat.
So this Rough Rider is going to attack your orc boss.
Okay. So you don't get the hunting lance, but you get 2 attacks with the chainsword. So
4+.
4+.
1 hit.
Strength of 3 versus toughness of 5, so you need a 5+.
No. Okay.
You want to reroll that? You got some command points.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so you wounded him. 6-up save. No. So that takes him down to 0.
Unless you want to use a command point.
Yeah, I'll use a command point. Roll that and try to get a 6. Why not? No. Okay. So now this is a critical roll. You roll the injury roll, and 1, 2, 3, he's just flesh wounded. And he is. So he gets to strike back.
All right.
Which would be good.
Yeah.
Even though he has a flesh wound.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, he's still pretty feisty, even with a flesh wound.
That's right. Now you just pissed him off.
I did.
So he has weapon skill of 3+. Now it's a 4+ because he's got a flesh wound. Mm-hmm. He has 3 attacks. 1 hit.
Okay.
With his big choppa. Okay, so he has a weapon strength of 7 versus your toughness of 3. So that's more than, so he needs a 2+ to wound. Oh!
By the skin of my teeth.
I'm going to roll it again. I'm going to use my last command point.
Okay.
Roll it again. 3. So
Okay.
it does wound.
Okay.
You have a 5-up save, except it has AP -1, so you have a 6-up save. And you saved it. Wow. Wow.
Whew.
Just
By
wow.
the skin of my teeth.
Well, it was meant to be. The Emperor protects.
On occasion.
On occasion.
Okay.
Okay, so you have another attack somewhere. Okay, Leaping Boy here. This Rough Rider is going to descend and attack that grot that's got the flesh wound.
For like the second time he's trying.
Right. So Chainsword, 2 attacks, 4+. One hit. Strength of 3 versus toughness of 2, so 3+ to wound. You wounded him. 6 up save. No. So, yeah, add 1 to your injury roll, and he's out.
He put up a valiant fight,
That's
though.
right.
He really did.
He was holding the line behind that barricade.
He was.
He's finally out. Okay, so over here, this Rough Rider attacked, right? This Orc attacked. Now this Grot gets to attack.
Yeah, the Grot has not gotten to attack yet.
So he has a weapon skill of 5+. And he
Nice
hits.
shot.
Strength is only 2. Strength of 2 versus your toughness of 3. So he needs a 5+ to wound. And he doesn't do it.
Almost.
Okay, so now in what I think is maybe the final attack of the game, final 2 attacks, the Sergeant is going to attack Stick Boy here. So you have 3 attacks with your chainsword, 4+ to hit. 1 hit. Strength of 3 versus toughness of 2, so 3+ to wound. No. You could re-roll that.
I could.
You do wound. 6 up save. No. Roll your injury roll. He's out. Oh, you stomped poor barrel boy.
I didn't let him get away with another barrel.
He didn't escape with another barrel. All right, well, I think that's the game. I thought this was going to be short, but it really wasn't. So you have 4 wounded Rough Riders and 1 guy who's out of commission. He got knocked off his horse. So even though they're all nursing injuries, the horsemen did a pretty good job of scattering the scavengers and protecting the Emperor's property.
And the MVP Grot is the one that stayed in the action the whole game.
Yeah, oh, this guy here.
And he didn't even get wounded.
Yeah, this little Grot here stood side by side with the Orc Noble the whole game and didn't get wounded. All these guys are taken out of commission. But fortunately, 2 enterprising Grots kept their eye on the prize, and they rolled some barrels back to the Squig farm. And so I know what's in there. It's standard rations of Imperial chocolate, some cigarettes, and about 500 copies of the Imperial Infantry Uplifting Primer. Well, folks, as always, thank you very much for watching. We hope you enjoyed our custom Rough Rider versus Grots kill team scenario. If you like the things we do here, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please give this video a big thumbs up. And of course, please visit us online at our website, skirmishwargames.com.